Okay. Yes. We are live. Okay, cool. So we are live. Yes, people. Okay. So yes, I welcome you all to the channel Unacademy IELTS, where we'll be discussing strategies, preparation tips and tricks, and all the eminent details which are required to crack your IELTS examination. Right. So today's session is going to be. Today's session will be named as synthesize your writing skills through paraphrasing. Okay, synthesizing your writing skills through paraphrasing. That is going to be your session for today. Okay, so before I begin with the session, a small promo video. Right? Yes, Crack IELTS, a 15 days Super Express batch course, is launched by the Unacademy team. This course starts on the 15th of March 2021. This course starts on the 15th of March 2021. You have eminent educators like Shivangi Narula, Garima Sapra, Kanwaljit Kaur and Greety Jijo taking care of the listening, reading, speaking as well as writing sections. So what are the features of this course, or what are the features of the Unacademy Plus subscription for IELTS? It is learning live from the comfort of your home, unlimited access to all the courses, practice tests, batch courses, live speaking practice sessions, exhaustive coverage of all syllabus, regular doubt clearing answer writing sessions, live test series, study material which is in PDF format, and live writing and reading sections, right? Reading sectional tests. Okay, so if you guys have made up your mind, you guys can use my referral code. Just a minute, let me go for a different one, right? Yes, so my referral code is going to be SAIELTS, right? So this is my referral code. So you guys can make use of my referral code, where you guys will be getting a 10% off, right? Where you guys will be getting a 10% off, right? 2,700. The amount will come down to 2,430 for a period of 1 month, and 6,750. The amount will come down to 6,100 for a period of 3 months, right? So you guys can make use of my referral code and subscribe to the plus subscription of IELTS from Unacademy, which is a very good initiative from its side. So moving forward, right? Yes, as we all know. So good evening, right? As you all know, we are talking about paraphrasing, right? So what is particularly, what do you mean by paraphrasing, right? That is what everyone has to think about, right? That is what everyone has to think about. So what is paraphrasing, people? Can anyone let me know? Can anyone let me know what is paraphrasing, right? Okay. So if I have to put it in small words, right? It is rewriting. What does the word paraphrasing means? Paraphrasing means rewriting. Okay, yes, it is the same meaning. Okay, it is the sentence has the same meaning, but is different in a but is written in a different way. Yes, so that is what is called as paraphrasing. Okay, yes, I'm just writing down the definitions here. Okay, yes. So what does paraphrasing include? Right, it is rewriting a specific segment, rewriting a specific sentence. Okay, so that is called as paraphrasing. Yes, so if you guys have attended my first class where I discussed about the strategies or tips about writing, what did I tell you? Do not, right? Please do not repeat words. Yes or no? This is what I had told you guys in the first class. Right? Please do not repeat words. This was what told to you guys by me, right? So why is now? You guys might be remembering now, right? Why did I tell those words? Because paraphrasing is important to score higher bands in writing. okay, to score higher bands in writing. Paraphrasing is very much important, right? So what does paraphrasing means? It means rewriting, right? Sentence, right? A same meaning sentence, right? It is different, written in a different way or different point, okay? So how can I write a sentence in different way, right? By changing the structure of the sentence, by using more number of idioms and phrases, by using more number of synonyms, right? By using more number of synonyms, okay, yes, synonyms, and by changing the forms of the sentence. These are the eminent things where you guys can do, right? These are the eminent things you guys can do for the paraphrasing thing, okay, yes. So if you guys go for the academic writing, IELTS academic writing, which most of you will prefer, paraphrasing is very important, okay. If you are going for the academic writing, paraphrasing is very, very important. Understood? If you guys are going for the academic IELTS or academic reading. So when you, what does this paraphrasing mean? And yes, so most of the people tell you this method, or most of the people tell you this word, that it is most probably needed for academic reading or academic writing in your IELTS. Yes, that is true. But you can actually, I'll tell you one thing, it is quite easy. Most of them think paraphrasing is difficult. No, it is quite easy. Most of them think paraphrasing is difficult, but no, paraphrasing is quite easy, right? When you guys read a book, article, or watch a movie and tell your friends about it, you're actually paraphrasing it, right? So you guys might know it when you're talking to someone, right? You don't use the same words again and again, right? You try to improvise. You try to improvise your words. That is what is called as your paraphrasing. So when you talk to your friend or colleague, right? How was the cricket match today? The cricket match was splendid today. When you tell the cricket match was splendid today to one person, I will tell the same thing to again. It was very splendid. The cricket match was amazing today. We had a magnificent feast of runs, right? You paraphrase this. So this is what is called as paraphrase it, okay? You do not repeat the original conversation what I told. So the previous person he comes. So how was the cricket match today? The cricket match was splendid today. This was the first person. When I tell it to the second person, I'll try to change the form of the sentence, structure of the sentence. The cricket match was really magnificent today. There was a high feast of runs. We thoroughly loved it. Yes or no? You paraphrase them, right? You paraphrase them, okay? So what lies in paraphrasing is the main idea. What lies in paraphrasing is the main idea remains the same. It is the only structure. The structure differs here, right? The main idea remains the same and the structure differs here. Main idea remains the same and the structure differs here, right? So where is paraphrasing used the most? So you guys might be thinking, where is paraphrasing used the most? Where do you use it most to get higher band scores? You guys have to use it in writing task 2. If you guys use in writing task 2, it will be very beneficial. Paraphrasing is very beneficial when you guys use in writing task 2. Okay, yes. So what happens in writing task 2? Okay, what happens in writing task 2? Why writing task 2 is more important? I'll tell you. Because in writing task 2, you guys have to write something called as introduction, right? It is there in writing task 1 also, right? You have to write something called as introduction, okay, right? So what is this introduction? Whatever the topic they present to you in the writing task, may it be draw the outline of this map is going to be, draw the outline of the library, the outline of this library is, what was the discussion between the two aspirants, the discussion of the two aspirants were, right? Yes, paraphrase the topic itself. That is where it is important. Right? Paraphrase the topic itself, people. Paraphrase the topic itself, right? Yes. You have to rewrite the essay. Whatever the topic that has been given to you, you have to rewrite it in your own words, right? Whatever the topic is given, you have to rewrite it using your own words, right? Using your own words. Understood? You have to rewrite it using your own words. So that is what is called as paraphrasing, right? That is what is called as paraphrasing. So there are 3 main tips. So if you ask me, there are 4 main tips of how to use this paraphrasing and how to get higher amount of marks or a higher range of band scores in your writing. Okay, yes. So before you understand or before you try to paraphrase a word, what you guys have to remember is you have to first understand the sentence. Okay, always have this in mind. Okay, so before paraphrasing a sentence or before paraphrasing a whole paragraph, you have to understand the sentence. You have to understand what is the gist of the sentence. You have to understand what is the meaning of the sentence. What does that paragraph or sentence try to convey, right? What is the paragraph or sentence try to convey? So as I already told, what is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is changing of structure or words, right? What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is changing of structure or words, right? You need to paraphrase, right? You paraphrase whatever you paraphrase, whatever you paraphrase. So just don't like this, okay? She was going to the market. Yes, so this was the paraphrase one, right? I can't tell the market was going to her, right? This is wrong usage. Yes or no? Right? The market was going to her, right? That is wrong. How can the market go to her? She was going to the market, okay? So when you paraphrase a sentence, when you rephrase a sentence, when you change the words of the sentence, it still has to make some sense, right? It still has to make some meaning. Okay, it still has to make some meaning. When you write it, the market was going to her, right? It is wrong. There is no meaning here, right? So you should tell it a proper meaning. She was going towards the market. She thought of going to the market. Right? All this is called as paraphrasing. Okay? Yes. So how to paraphrase well? How to paraphrase well is read out the original line. Read out the original line, people, right? When you read out the original time, right, in the beginning itself, you guys won't get the answer for it. In the beginning itself, you guys won't get the answer for it, okay? So you just read out the line. Okay, if you are not understanding it, read it out couple of times. Read it off couple of times. Then turn this into ideas. Okay? So there is a line, read it out. Read it out couple of times. You guys will understand the meaning. You guys will understand the gist of the sentence. Then go for paraphrasing. Right? Then go for paraphrasing. Okay, just don't go like that. Whatever the original sentence is, right? Just a minute. Sorry. Okay, whatever the original sentence is, please do read it. The original sentence, whatever it might be, you have to read it once. You have to understand the sentence. Then put the sentence in your head. Then put the sentence in your mind and turn those sentences into ideas. Okay, this is what you guys have to do. Right? So how to do it? How to use synonyms? Right? What are synonyms? Everyone knows it, right? What are synonyms? Synonyms are different words that express the same or similar meaning. Yes or no? Synonyms are different words that express the same or different meaning. That is what is called as synonyms. Okay. So synonyms is also named as what? Synonyms is also named as similar words. Okay. Synonyms are also named as similar words. Understood? Synonyms are also named as similar words. So they are different words. But have the same meaning, right? Words which have similarity with each other. So that is what is called as synonyms, right? For example, if I use something like interesting, fascinating, curious, amusing, all these words have the similar meaning. Yes or no, people? All these words, they have the similar meaning. They have the same meaning. Interesting, fascinating, curious, amusing. Okay. So if I give you guys, right? So there are some synonyms. Yes. There are some synonyms which have different meaning. Yes, that is true. English is a funny language, as all know, right? There are some synonyms which are having different meaning. Yes, you are true about it, right? You are true about it. But most of the synonyms have the same meaning, right? Most of the synonym has a same meaning. So if I take interesting and fascinating, right? Both look similar. Yes or no, right? So if I write down fascinating and if I write down interesting, yes, both of them, they have the similar meaning here, right? Similar meaning. But fascinating means it is more right? Something more, a higher level of word, yes or no, right? So if you see, fascinating has a stronger meaning. Fascinating has a stronger meaning compared to interesting. Fascinating has a stronger meaning compared to interesting. Fascinating and interesting, though they are synonym words, the meaning between them, right? For low level you use interesting, for high level you use fascinating. Okay, high level you use fascinating. So such synonyms can I use in paraphrasing? Such synonyms, can they be used in paraphrasing? No. Please do not use such synonyms. Right? Please do not use such synonyms in paraphrasing. Please do not use such synonyms in paraphrasing. Okay, so that is what. Okay, what you need to make sure here, you need to make sure that the original meaning, make sure that the original meaning, that the original is equal to the clone or the copy item, duplicate we are sending, copied or duplicate item we are sending, right? Original should be same to that of the original should be same to that of the duplicate quantity, or the duplicate quality or quantity which we represent, it must be same as that of the original. It must be same as that of the original, right? Yes. So if you guys just wait a minute, yes, I have space here, so I will write down here, not an issue, right? So if I give you guys an example, okay, yes. So many people think that cars, right? Many people think that cars should not get parked in garages, right? Can someone tell me the paraphrased meaning of this? Many people think that the cars should not get parked in garages. Cars should not or should never get parked in garages. This is the original one, right? So this I can tell, right? Instead of should not get parked, right? This is the negative word, right? Yes. Can I use the cars should be banned? Yes or no? Can I use this, right? Should not get parked, right? So instead of this, I can use the cars should be banned in garages. They could be banned in urban areas, right? Cars are of no use in the garages, right? There are lots of words I can use, right? There are lots of words I can use. What did I do here? Instead of writing it out, do not get parked, I wrote it as banned. Okay, I wrote it as banned. Understood everyone, right? Yes. So this is what you do in paraphrasing. You just change the words by using frequent synonyms. Tip number 2, right? Before going to the tip number 2, I would like to give you guys some 5 to 6 words which you guys can use it in your writing. So instead of writing think many times, you can write down one word which is called as believe. Yes. Instead of writing cars, okay, you guys can write down the movie. You can write down the word motor vehicles. Right? Yes. Instead of writing should not be allowed, right? I wrote it as banned. City centers, urban areas, right? Yes. So I have lots of words. If I write for the word happy, right, I get lots of synonyms. What are the synonyms of happy, right? Fulfilled, contented, glad, complete, spiritual, satisfied, optimistic, pleased, right? For happy there are so many synonyms, right? You can also use the word, right? Words such as ecstatic, energetic, aroused, bounced, nervous, perky, antsy, right? These words you can use for what? You can use for excitement, right? If I tell you the boy was heavily excited, so instead of using the excited same, the boy was heavily aroused, the boy was heavily ecstatic, the boy was heavy energetic, right? The boy was perky. If you get words such as tender, what are the synonyms you can use for tender? Tender like intimate, loving, warm-hearted, sympathetic, touched, kind, soft, right? These are the words you guys can be used. For angry, sad, scared, what? Angry is one of the words which is repeated a lot. Angry is one of the words which is repeated a lot, right? If I get a word like angry, furious, mad, raging anger, upset, affilled, resentful, irritated, right? All these are synonyms for angry. All these are synonyms for angry. Okay. Hello Yuvraj, right? Yes. So yes. So I was talking about this, right? Yes. Change the forms of the word. So for angry, how can you use crazy, Baba? For angry, how can you use crazy? For excited, you can use crazy. Yes. For excited, if you are talking about the word excited, आपका बैच लेना हो IELTS का details, yeah, you can find the details in the description, right, Simran? You can find the details in the description, right? The details are provided in the description. There is a reading course of mine which is going live, so you can check there, right? For excited, yes, you can use the word crazy also, right? He's crazy as hell, right? He was excited, right? He's acting crazy today because he's excited, right? We do tend to do this, yes or no, people, right? When we get crazy, when we get excited, we do crazy things, right? Just like a cricket match, when we win it, we do become excited and we start doing crazy things. We'll start hitting the people on road, right? Yes, we do these things, right? Yes. Now, tip number 2, right? Tip number 1 was use frequent synonyms, right? Okay, use frequent synonyms, right? Yes. Tip number 2, it is change the forms of the word, right? Yes. So this is also another way of paraphrasing. So what is change the forms of the word? So if I have a word noun, then I will change it to verb. If I have a verb, changing the verb to adverb, right? Changing the verb to adverb. If I have this, right? Yes. Good evening, Kirandeep. Hi, Kush. Today I do not have free class on Unacademy, right? My free class on Unacademy will be there in the next week, okay? It will be there in the next week, right? Verb, adverb, changing this form, right? Yes, adjective into a noun or vice versa, right? So changing a verb to an adjective, yes, and doing the ulta thing, that is doing the reverse of it, right? Yes, these are all what? These are all changing the forms of the word. This is a tip number 2 for good writing in IELTS, right? For good writing in IELTS. Moving forward, how to do it, right? How to do it? Everyone will be asking, sir, you will tell of the idea, but how to do it, right? I have given you one example. I'll tell you 2 to 3 examples, right? Yes. What is paraphrasing? I just told you. Paraphrase is changing the word forms, right? Noun to a verb, verb into a noun, adjective into a noun, right? Example. Many people find watching tennis interesting. What is the word interesting here, people, right? Isn't it adjective? Right, it is already written, right? Many people find watching tennis interesting. So interesting, right? Interesting is the adjective. So changing it to a noun, interest. Many people have an interest in watching tennis. Many people have an interest on tennis. Many people have interest in the sport tennis, right? Many people have the interest in the sport tennis, right? Changing the forms of the word, right? So you guys know, some people find the new policy of WhatsApp to be as an invasion of privacy, right? The new version of WhatsApp which had come, right? Some people think the new version of WhatsApp is an invasion for our privacies, right? For our privacies. So what is invasion? Okay, what is invasion? Invasion is what? Invasion is a noun. Yes or no? Invasion is a noun. So I can change it. Some people think Facebook has invaded our privacy, or some people think the new policy of WhatsApp has invaded our privacy, right? A noun to this, yes. Adjective or adverb, yes, you can change it, right? You can change it. Change adjective or adverb. You should know the proper thing, right? All the forms you can change, right? There are parts of speech. You guys know the parts of speech. You can change it. Now don't ask me conjunction and preposition, okay? Right? Conjunction and preposition, you can't change it. The main 4 to 5 things you can change are verb, noun, pronoun. Pronoun also you can't change, right? Adverb and adjective, right? Noun, adjective, adverb and verb. These 4 can be changed. The other 4 cannot be changed, right? So this is what is privacy, right? Yes. So people will be telling, people think that the new policy of WhatsApp is invading or is an invasion of our privacy. Invasion is noun. So instead of that word, I can use, I think the new policy of WhatsApp has invaded our privacy. Has invaded, right? Noun to verb. Noun to verb. Tip number 3. Change the sentence of the structure. And when you change the sentence of the structure, here is where you guys will get 2 eminent things in our English language. Active to passive voice. Yes, I hope so everyone remembers it. And also the another one is direct to indirect. Active to passive voice, direct to indirect. So this is what is called as changing the sentence structure, right? This is what is called as changing the sentence structure. The third tip of eminent writing, or the third tip to enhance your band score in writing, is to change the sentence structure. This is by doing, changing the sentence from passive to active, or active to passive, direct to indirect, direct to indirect, indirect to direct, right? Or changing the order of the clauses. The order of the clauses was taught by me in the free special class, right? So changing the order of the clauses, right? So if I write a question, right? Okay, so the nuclear bomb destroyed the city. Right? This is in what voice, people? This is in what voice? This is in what voice? Tell me. This is in active voice, yes or no? Right? So I can write it as, right, nuclear bomb destroyed the city. Subject plus verb plus object. Active is always subject, verb, object, and passive is going to be object, right? Subject passive voice is going to be object plus verb plus subject, right? So how can I paraphrase this sentence? The city was destroyed by the bomb. Yes or no, right? Can I change the sentence here? The nuclear bomb destroyed the city, right? The nuclear bomb destroyed the city, right? So here I can paraphrase this easily. Yes or no, right? I can paraphrase this easily. I can write the city was destroyed by the bomb, right? The city was destroyed by the bomb. Yes, city was destroyed by the bomb. Yes or no, right? So paraphrasing, right? Paraphrasing the voices, paraphrasing the speeches. You guys know it very well. Subject plus verb plus object is active, and object plus verb plus subject is passive, right? So if I give you another one, right? This was from active to passive only, Baba, right? This is active only, right? Ashu, this is active voice only. Okay, and this is passive voice. So I will give another example, so you guys can give me the answer for it. Yes, so the drainage system was invented by Britishers, right? The drainage system was invented by Britishers. So what is the voice here? What is the voice here? The drainage system was invented by the Britishers. What is the voice? Right? So this is basically the passive voice. Now turn this into active voice. Change this into active voice. Right? Britishers invented the drainage system. Yes or no? Britishers invented the drainage system, right? So changing of voices, that is also one good way of, paraphrasing the sentences. You can also go for changing the order of your clauses, right? So if like clause, what is a clause? Clause is a word. Clause is a group of words or a sentence which contains a subject and a verb, right? Right? So if I have, let me just move on to the next one, right? Yes, okay. If I have, what does the order of clause, right? So what does a clause mean, right? A clause means a group of words which have a subject plus verb. Clause means a group of words which have a subject plus verb, right? Yes. So if I tell it is difficult to say whether India will win the match or lose the match, right? So if I tell it is difficult to say whether India will win the match, right? Difficult to say is one clause. Whether India will win the match in another clause, right? It is difficult to say whether India will win the match, right? Difficult and this, right? So I can change it. Whether India will win the match or not, it is very difficult to tell. Yes or no? Yes or no, people, right? It is difficult to say or tell India will win the match, whether India will win the match. Right? So what can I do here? This clause, I can interchange this both, right? India will win the match. Whether India will win the match, it is difficult to say, right? Whether India will win the match, it is difficult to say. Yes or no? So this is called as this. Okay, yes. And if I tell during summer, most people drink juices. During summer, most people drink juices. So I can change it also. I can change that also, right? Most people drink juices during summer, right? Yes. So that is how you do paraphrasing, right? You change the clauses, you change the order of the clauses, first to second and second to third, right? First to second and second to third. What is the tip number 4? Please do not copy, right? Most of the aspirants do this, right? They learn a essay pattern, they learn the pattern or they by heart the pattern, and that is how they reproduce. Please do not copy. Please do not copy. Come with your unique style. Okay, have your own unique style. Your style should be unique. Okay, develop your own unique style. Do not copy. Do not copy. Right. So there are, yes, I do agree. There are n number of websites which will tell you this is the pattern you should follow. This is the sentence structure. Learn from it, but do not copy it. Learn from it. Learn from it. What is there? Okay. So go accordingly. Go accordingly. Don't do any mistakes. But try to develop your own thing there. Okay. There are lots of styles. Okay. You don't have to copy the entire style. Okay. See 10 to 15 pages, 10 to 15 writings you see, right? From this writing take one style, from this writing take one style, from this writing take one style, right? Do not copy the same pattern again and again. Whatever it is given, do not copy it. Come up with your own style, come up with your own introductory passage, right? Yes. So this is the tip number 4. And what is tip number 5? Yes, this is what most of the aspirants do, right? They write it off like a poem, right? They write it off like a poem, full like this. The whole writing, no passages, nothing. No passages, nothing. It will be like a poem. No, right? What did I tell you? What is the thing you guys should always follow? Sentence structure. It should be followed. Yes. Punctuation. It should be followed. Right? Punctuation. And your writing should display emotions. Right? Sorry there. Your writing should display emotions. Understood, right? So do not write it like a poem. Sentence structure. So how to write a sentence structure? Have 3 to 4 sentences in a paragraph. That's it. Don't go for more. And have 7 to 8 words in a sentence. Have 7 to 8 words in a sentence. Here also don't increase the limit. Here also don't increase the limit. Do not write it like a poem. Do not write it like a poem. Okay. So follow these 3 things: sentence structure, punctuation, and display of emotions. Right. Punctuation will also include your pronunciation. Okay. Will also include your pronunciation, your spelling, your grammar. Everything will be included. Right. So these things are important. These things are important if you guys have to go forward. If you want to include paraphrasing. If you want to include paraphrasing here. Okay, include paraphrasing. Okay, so please do not copy, right? Please do not copy it. Do not write it like a poem. Make sure you handle this structure tense. Okay, make sure you handle this structure tense. So I will be ending the class here, right? I'll be ending the class here. So it is already half an hour up, right? So I will be ending the class here. So I will intimate you guys about my next YouTube class. But tomorrow 3 to 4 p.m. Tomorrow 3 to 4 p.m. you guys are having a free special class. You guys will be having a free special class, and this free special class I will discuss with you guys the difference between general and academic IELTS. In this special class I will be discussing the difference between academic and general IELTS test. Academic and general IELTS tests, right? Most of the students have this doubt. Most of the students, they have this doubt, right? So what is the main difference between academic and general? What is the pattern of general IELTS, general training IELTS test? What is the pattern of academic IELTS test? Most of you guys have these doubts, right? Most of these guys have this doubt inside you. So this I will clear it out tomorrow, right? In here I will be discussing the pattern, right? I'll be discussing the preparation, right? I'll be discussing how the questions come, right? I'll be discussing the marks allotted for each question. I'll discuss how different one module is another when you compare the academic and general. Okay, all these things will be discussed by me in tomorrow's class. This is 3 to 4. It is a free special class and it will be live on Unacademy platform. Right? This is going to be live on Unacademy platform. Okay, yes. So I'll be ending the session here. So it was fun talking with all of you, right? I'll meet you all again in the future sessions of mine on YouTube. Have a good day. Take care.